Howdy y'all, I'm Farmer Sam and it is a beautiful day here at the Lincoln School Garden. Today we're going to be learning about plant parts, but first let's get into a little tour of what we've been growing this summer here at the garden. If you look super closely to these guys right here, these are baby radishes that just sprouted up, and you'll be able to harvest these in the fall. These right here are some jalapeno plants, which we will be getting very familiar with later in the lesson. We got some really nice summer squash growing and some peppers. I need everyone to pay attention super closely to this next diagram so we can guess the parts of a plant here at the garden in a bit. Up top, you have the leaves, which make food for the plant, combining the sun and the air. Next up, you have the fruit, which holds all of the seeds, which will become plants themselves one day. Some examples of fruits you might already know would be tomatoes, apples, and bananas. Next, we see that we have the flower, which makes pollen, seeds, and fruit. Sometimes the flower is easily identifiable by its bright colors. As you can see here, it's yellow, but sometimes it's not as noticeable. However, it still functions the same. Below that, we see inside the fruit we have seeds, which spread themselves around and grow to become other plants. Right in the middle there, we have the stem, which stands the plant up nice and tall, like your spine does for your body, and carries water all the way from the bottom of the roots to the ends of the leaves. And lastly, but most certainly not least, we have the roots, which take up water from the soil. The roots are also incredibly important because they hold the plant in place. From what we learned just before, we're going to be looking at our beautiful jalapeno plant here at the garden and try to identify its parts. Have we heard of jalapenos before? What kind of veggie do you guys think a jalapeno is? If any of you said pepper, you would be correct. Let's see if we can identify the parts of this jalapeno plant using the word bank to the left. What do we think this part is? What about this? Looking closely, we see that right here we have another part of the jalapeno plant. What part of the jalapeno plant do you think this is? Next up, if we break inside the jalapeno, what is it we see? When we look to what's supporting the plant, right there in the middle, what do we think that part of the plant is? And finally, although we can't see them outside of the ground, but know that they're in there and are super important to the livelihood of the plant, what do we see when we go beneath the soil? Taking it from the top, we have the roots, which take water from the soil and hold the plant in place. Secondly, we have the stems, which support the plant and carry water to the leaves. Next, we have the leaves, which make food for the plant, combining sun and air. Next, we have the flowers, which make pollen, seeds, and fruit. The fruit themselves protect the seeds. And finally, we have the seeds, which grow into new plants. Thanks for learning about all the different plant parts today. I had so much fun, and I look forward to seeing you guys again.